Welcome, welcome. Hi everybody, how you guys doing? Good to see you guys. Put down the chat. Where you guys coming from? Where you what do you do for work? And also why you here? That's the most important thing. Is I want to know what's your big dream? What's your big goal? Okay? That is why we are here to help you accomplish your freedom. Absolute financial freedom. Who here want to get absolute financial freedom? Right? Freedom is not free, so you got to fight for your freedom. Okay, and first of all, pat yourself on the back for being here. Only champion can make it here, right? Because you are doing something that not a lot of people are willing to do, is to do something outside of your work, outside of your job, to build a fortune. You know, one of my billionaire mentors said many time ago, you go to your job to earn a living, but what you do outside of your job is what you're gonna do to earn a fortune, to get financial freedom, absolute freedom, right? So with that being said, guys, share this, like this, help a lot of people. Turn on your camera as well. I see Wendy's here, Marla, Karen, Liddy. Everybody is awesome. Good to see you guys. Oliver, Teresa, Anna, Ingrid, Raji. Come on, let's go. Turn on your camera, guys. Good to see you guys. And put down the chat. What is your big dream? What is your big goal? Okay. All right, cool. Teresa, I'm a pharmacist looking to build generational wealth and financial freedom. Fantastic. Awesome. Give a hand. Give a hand to Teresa. Fantastic. Okay. Cool. So yeah, I'm talking about absolute financial freedom, right? I'm not talking about just money freedom, guys. Listen carefully. There's 4 types of freedom. There's time freedom. There's money freedom, of course, where you got a lot of money and all of that, which a lot of like doctor lawyers have, but they don't have the time freedom. Time freedom, you can do whatever you want to do whenever you want to do it with, right? So a prime example of time freedom is my wife and I love to travel, and she's an amazing lady. But anyway, she's we went, the way we travel is we book a one-way ticket to a country, and however long we like it, that's however long we stay. Okay. So last time we went to just recently, actually, we just got back from Costa Rica. Went there for, didn't know we are gonna be there for 2 months. We did that for 2 months. Then we go to Cancun, and then Tulum. Tulum was a vibe, big time. And we pretty much just got back for the last few weeks, right? That's what I'm talking about. That's time freedom, right? There's also the next other freedom is also relationship freedom. Is you don't have to talk to anybody you don't want to. Have you ever had any client or patient or anybody that you don't want to talk to, but you have to because of your job? You know, with this business, you really don't. Like, you're dealing with companies most of the time, right? Not a lot of individual. And if it's an individual, you can get the background check, get good reviews and all of that, and they usually pay by a company anyway. So that's why most of the time you don't have to deal with them. And the client here, what other business the clients don't need to see you. They don't need to talk to you. They don't need your time. And they wire you monthly money every single month automatically. Really only this business, you see? That's relationship freedom. And then lastly is location freedom, right? Location freedom. A lot of traditional business owner have all the other freedom, but they can't leave their town. They can't leave their city for 3-4 months, right? Because they kind of glued to their business. They don't have that location freedom. So I have my MBA. I've been mentored by a lot of billionaires like Grant Cardone, Tony Robbins, Sergey Branson, and I'm here to tell you I have looked at hundreds of different models, test out dozens of businesses myself. I have not found any business that come close to what we have right here for you guys. Okay, so with that being said, that is why we're here. Who in here want to make 6 figures within 6 months, traveling the world, have all this freedom? Put down the chat. Okay, put down the chat. All right, good to see you guys. Okay, so what I would do today for this class is I will promise you I will do everything in my power to make it worth your while. Okay. And the longer you stay, the more I'm going to give you. Okay. So all I need is your commitment to pay full attention for this next 50 minutes, an hour here, and undivided attention, and also share and like this. How many in here can commit to that? Okay. That's it. That's all we need. Okay. And also being transparent and coachable. Put down in the chat. Here's your chance. What are your questions? What you what are some challenges that you are dealing with? Right. We are here to help you. We're here to solve your challenges. Right. If I can't help you if I don't know what they are. Right. And if you're not transparent with me, I can't help you. Right. Also be coachable. Okay. Even if you have Michael Jordan talent, if you're not coachable, I can't help you, right? So just keep that in mind. Can y'all agree to pay attention, be coachable, and be transparent? Me too, okay? So I will share with you everything I can, and let's rock and roll here, okay? Awesome, good. I see you guys. Welcome. Okay, so let's get going here. And today, we're gonna cover a lot of stuff. So I'm gonna talk a little bit fast because I want to give you guys as much information, valuable strategies, plans, what work formulas, everything, so you can really hit it. Imagine, imagine you're making 20-30K a month passive income, okay, and you're able to travel the world, have all this freedom. What will you do for your family? What will you do for your life, for your dreams, your goal? Okay. Put that in the chat. All right. Okay. Good. If anything is possible. Okay. Good. Travel the world. Have fun with family. Whatever it is. Right. Okay. All right, let's dive right into it, guys. Okay, so the main topic for today is furnishing for higher profits in corporate housing. Now, I'm going to go over a lot more though, but that is the main topic. Every week we have a different topic, right? So come back here next week for a different topic, okay? But that's the topic for today. But before we dive into that, we got to cover what is midterm rental, what is corporate housing, what is insurance housing, right? Because anyway, so short-term rental is anything less than 30 days. Midterm rental is anything longer than 30 days. And usually up to about 3 months, 6 months, sometimes even 12 months. We just landed a company that will book for 12 months and paying double the market rent. Who wouldn't want to get paid double the market rent, and they book for 12 months, right? Now, those are rare, more rare, usually 3 months to 6 months. But the thing is, they have 90% extension rate. So most of the time, people will extend once they stay at the property, right? Because it's midterm. So my background, I started out as long-term renter for a long time. My whole family been in a long-term rental game for like 30-40 years. So I was like making you put in hundreds of thousands of dollars, your life saving in, and you're only making a couple $100 a month, right? Cash flow. I'm like, so even at I was a pharmacist, and I took a lot of work, a lot of energy as an immigrant, came to America with absolutely nothing, with no English, get my way to the top, get my doctorate, and I thought I made it. I'm like, I'm a doctor with a white coat, right? You ever feel like that? You made it. And then, working like a slave, and then they sat me down after I win the Pharmacy of the Year award for a Fortune 1 company, actually. They sat me down, and I thought I'm gonna get financial freedom, help retire my mom and all of that at that time, right? Happy Mother's Day, by the way. Happy Mother's Day to everybody. It's been, you're a mom out there, my hats go off to you. It's the hardest job in the world, okay? So, anyway, I promised my family, my parents, I'm gonna retire them after become a doctor and all of that. And after working my butt off, I won the Pharmacy of the Year award. But instead of getting that freedom, they cut my tech hours by 30-40% because they know that I can handle it. They know they can suck more blood out of me. I was like, this is not the way to get freedom. So I try all kind of businesses, from day trading. Anybody try day trading? Drop shipping, right? E-commerce, offline, online, be a realtor, multi-level marketing, stalking people at the mall. I did all of that. Okay. And I'm here to tell you that those are great if you want a job, but it's not really freedom. So the number one way to get financial freedom, and I love all these billionaires, is multiple source of income backed up by real estate. Write that down. Multiple source of income backed up by real estate. Okay. The challenge with long-term rental is there's no cash flow. It takes forever to buy a property, right? I was saving up 3 or 4 years to buy my first rental, right? Making like a few $100 a month, $300, let's say, about. So I needed 10K a month to retire at that time. I was like, at this pace, I'm gonna need 30 something properties. If it take me 3 years to buy one, how long does it take for me to get 30 properties? 100 years. I'm not gonna have 100 years, you see? So that's why we do arbitrage. We leverage other people's property. So long story short, I learned the epiphany of leveraging other people's property by just subleasing, rent to rent. Basically, I rent a home and then I re-rent it out to company for double the market rent. And I get control of the property with just a few $1,000 to rent instead of a few $100,000 to buy, you see? So for one home that you buy, you can do like 10 of these arbitrage and make 10 times the income, and you don't have to wait 40-50 years to save up the money, rehabbing, qualify for loan, all of that. Make sense? Anyway, I scaled 2 a month. Write down 2 properties a month. You can set you free in 6 months or a year. After a year, I have 20 something properties. I did short term back then, like 12 years ago, and I was making good money. But what I found is a lot of management, a lot of work, right? Looking at vacationer who trash the place, party, alcohol, drugs, you name it, right? I experienced it all. And I was like, at one point, I was like, that's enough, because imagine you have, 20 something vacationer checking in, and now every single week, it's just too much work every other day, really. So I was like, who is my ideal client? My ideal client is not the vacationer, the mom and pop. My ideal client is corporate clients, stay for months at a time, right? Who are professional, medical professional, IT professional, also insurance, housing for families who go through disaster or renovation and their home, flood, hurricane, fire, and they need a home while their home is getting repaired, you see? So those are the best clients. Who do want to get those clients, right? Exactly. So management. For one house that I was doing short term, it was so much management, guys, so much management. Like, because imagine every few days you check in, check out. Every check-in is got some issues coming with it, So now with midterm, it's 3 to 6 months. So the length of stay is about 30 times longer than short term. So therefore your workload is cut down by 30 times. You get it? It's just logical math. The average length of stay of midterm is 3 to 6 months versus short term is 3 to 6 days. That's 30 times longer. So therefore you get less headaches, less work, about 30 times less. So that's why you get financial time freedom and all of that, right? And on top of it is a lot more expenses with short term. Every single time they move out, you got to replenish the supplies. Inflation and all of that, like that could be like $100 these days. It used to be like, 30, $40. Now it's like $100. Every single time they move out, your toilet paper, towels, all that stuff. But with midterm, you don't have to do that, until they check out within 3 to 6 months. So you save like hundreds of dollars a month if you have more than one property, easily, right? All right, so owning versus renting, what is the difference? So like I was mentioning, when you buy a property, You ever bought like rental properties or even your own house? You know what I'm talking about, right? You need a lot of money, right? Location is permanent as well. You have to qualify for a loan. You gotta do the rehab. You gotta save up the money, and you need to buy another one. You know. But when you rent, you require a lot less to do the funding, right? So all you need to is to control, leverage other people's property, OPP, other people's property. How? By renting it with a sublet clause that allow you to sublease it out or re-rent it out. That's it. So for one house that you buy, let's say you need like the down payment, right? Rehab or like 100K, let's say 100K to 150K. Well, for one arbitrage, you only need like 10 to 15K. So a tenth of that to get it going, right? So for one house that you buy, you can do 10 arbitrage. Who in here want to make money off of 10 houses instead of one? You see? With 10 houses arbitrage, you're looking at making 20,000 a month versus one making 2,000 a month. You see the difference? So cash flow is king, not cash flow. Because cash flow equal freedom. Write that down. Cash flow equal freedom. Exactly, right? If you have positive cash flow, you have freedom. You know, if you have negative cash flow, doesn't matter if you have 100 houses, but you have negative every single month, that's hell on earth, okay? You don't want that, right? So anyway, and then with renting, you can get somebody else to do the rehab, right? You ever done rehab? It's always cost longer, right? It's always take more time, cost you more money, right? Take forever to rehab a property. 6 months to a year is always take longer than what the contractors say, right? Why don't you let somebody else do all that hard work, putting 100K, renovate the home and all of that? You roll in like a boss, just renting it, make money right away, or partner up with them, and make money right away. That's what I'm talking about. Make sense? It's very low risk because for one house, for the same amount of money, don't you want to have 10 houses? Diversify your risk, 10 location, 10 houses versus one? Exactly, right? And you make 10 times more income now instead of 10, 20 years later. You see? If you're going to buy the 10 houses, it's going to take you like 30 years to save up the money to buy them. You can rent 10 houses. I mean, my best student did like 5 a month. So you can do it in like 2 months if you want. If you're slower, you can take 6 months, whatever. But anyway, okay, here is for all my followers. The best gift I can give anybody is what? My time, okay? Because I cannot get that back, right? So who in here want to get a free consultation with me, one-on-one, 1 hour, literally set aside, and I'll go over everything, and you're gonna walk away with a strategy of knowing exactly what to do to get your financial freedom, how to do it, who to contact, all of that, right? Y'all want that 1 hour with me? Okay, I could charge thousands of dollars for it, and people pay for it all the time, but I want to give that 5 slots a week I set aside just for my followers, because I want to appreciate you guys. Thank you for supporting me all this time. I have hundreds of thousands of followers across all social media, so I couldn't have done it without you guys. So for that, if you guys want to win this, apply on the link in the chat. If you watch on social media, you can send me a DMs, or you can click on the link in my bio. You can apply, and we can accept everybody. So if your application is very good, qualified, and you're in luck, then you're gonna win that slot with me. Now it's fill up very fast. So once the 5 slots are filled up, sorry, I can't take anymore. I'm so busy all the time. However, I have a team of top advisor that can still give you about 30 minutes of their time. So either way, it's a win-win for you guys, right? There's no cost for you. It's ways to say thank you and to help you on this journey. Sounds good? All right, so all you gotta do is click on the link, apply, and we'll see you on the next call with these, okay? Now we're gonna move on to the next topic. Okay, what kind of furniture appeal the most to corporate clients? Remember, these are corporate clients who gonna stay for months. So they need what? They need a dresser, right? They can stay for months. They need comfortable beds, right? They need brand new sheets, nice, what we call memory foam mattresses. That's the key. Really nice, so they can sleep. Good lighting for work, right? And pet friendly stuff. Why? Why do they want to have pet friendly? Anybody? Put down in the chat. Because that's what separates you from hotels, right? People usually, most hotels, they don't have a backyard, they don't have a fencing, they don't have a place for the pet, they don't have enough room, right? They don't allow pets either. But with us, when we do, that's how you win, right? Also, families with kids, with dogs, cats, they want a home instead of, they can't go hotel and with 2, 3 kids and a dog. It sucks. So that's why you want to be pet friendly, okay? Single family home is what you look for. 3 or 4 bedroom, 2 bath to 2.5 baths. The sweet spot is 4 bedroom, 2.5 bath in good neighborhoods. Anyway, how much should you budget for this? About 5 to 10K for furnishing. Stationaries, books, board, all that. 5 to 10K is good enough because we have the checklist, we have the best practices, everything, so that way your money go a long way with what we know, what we have. Okay. Here's a tip: pre-owned can save you a lot of money. Okay, so make sure you buy things that are pre-owned, right? Not the only thing that are brand new that you should buy are like the mattresses, the linens, and all of that, right? And we're gonna go over that. But most of the things you can buy like new, or even at the clearance section in the top outlet store, and boom, you save thousands of dollars on furniture alone, right? What are the other must-have amenities for furnishing a corporate housing? Must-have is mirrors, kitchenwares, and fake plants. Why? Because we were born in the Garden of Eden, right? So our mind is love nature. Everybody love nature. Everybody love trees. Everybody love, sunlight, sunshine. Well, why not create that in your own home, right? Even if it's not real plants, you can never have enough fake plants because your mind don't know the difference. So even with fake plants, you feel good about it, right? So imagine this picture on the right here without the fake plants, right? It would be so boring. It'd be like just a boring place. You see, no life. You see, and the mirrors are very important because it give you sunlight, right? Natural light. We have been studied to get people to be more happier, okay? And also it will make the place bigger, a lot bigger, right? And then kitchenware. So these families or companies stay for months at a time, so make sure they have good kitchenware. They fully set up kitchen, like a kettle, a rice cooker, a blender, all these things you want to have, okay? And then most importantly, I think for corporate clients that are different from vacationer, is vacationer you want a game room, you want a pool and all that. You don't need any of that. You need a way for them to sleep, okay? Because most of these corporate clients, they work all the time, which is great. They don't not wear and tear the property, right? So we have blackout curtains, we have noise reduction fans, so for individuals can sleep, especially the medical professionals who work at night or do a 12, 16-hour shift for 3-4 days straight. All they want is to sleep all day. You need blackout curtains if somebody want to sleep all day, right? So that's very important. And also noise reduction fans. Also bonus is aromatherapy humidifier, okay? Boom, you make the place magical, right? Okay, what are some better options for furnishing in midterm? Memory foam mattresses. Have you ever bought like thousands of dollars worth of mattress and it hurt your back all the time, right? Now, the key secret here with the mattress is get the memory foam one that is at least 10 inches, prefer 12 or 14 inches. Boom, you feel like it's luxury hotel, right? We have the most compliment on our mattresses. Feel like a luxury hotel, right? And it doesn't cost much at all. You know, literally a few $100 versus a few thousand, right? So that one information right there save you thousands of dollars per home. And you have 10 homes, that's tens of thousands of dollars. Sounds good, right? Exactly. So, and the other thing is for the equipment, you want to have stainless steel equipment, right? Stainless steel equipment is the best. Now, if you don't have that, you can rent it. So make sure that you choose the one that people already done it. People already, you know, invest in, make it tip-top shape, buy brand new everything, and then you just rent it and make money. Okay. So that's why I love arbitrage or leveraging other people's property. You don't have to do all that rehab. Take a long time, a lot of money to do all that rehab. Right? All right, are there any specific brands or recommendations for furnishing corporate client for rental? Yes, of course. We have a checklist, best practices that can save you thousands of dollars. You can have anything. We have a collective intelligence, hundreds of people doing this combined experience, over 20 years experience, right? So we have tried everything under the sun to give you the best list, the best practices, the best of savings as well for your property. So that's why we have the community, the mentorship. Okay. So you want to learn more about that? Book a free consultation call with us. Again, the link is in the chat. It is a free call, and if you are lucky, you're gonna win that slot with me directly. I have an hour set aside, 5 slots. That's it for this rest of the week, and I see it filling up very quickly. So don't wait. You know, this is your chance to win that free consultation with me directly. Okay. Now, even if I don't have time or the slots are filled up, my advisor can give you about 20-30 minutes as well. So make sure fill out on that link as soon as you can. Those who are watching social media, click on the link in my bio or send us a DM. But yeah, you literally can be life changing. One idea can change your life, right? One business, one vehicle, one spark, one epiphany can change your life. Well, you need conversation, you need mentorship, community, right? That's the real key. It's not about me, guys. It's about the collective intelligence of hundreds of people that I have coached, been around with, my billionaire's mentor that invest over $1 million. You heard that right. Or into my education, formal and informal. That's a lot of education. 20 years combined experience, 20 years entrepreneurship myself. I can give all of that for you on this call as much as I can, okay? All right, so what is the formula for corporate housing arbitrage? Okay, so first month rent plus first month deposit is all you need, okay? First month rent plus first month deposit is all you need. Depending on where you're at in the country, you just need about 5 to 7K for that, okay? You can either buy the furniture or rent the furniture. If you buy the furniture without help, about 7 to 9K. That's it. You shouldn't spend more than that. If you spend more than that, you're doing something wrong, right? So, and then you charge 2 times the rent plus or minus utilities, okay? So, and then you make 100% return, okay? So on average, you're gonna make $2,000 to $3,000 per month per property, okay? So you have 5 property, you can make 10, 15K a month right there. You have 10 property, make you 20 to 30K a month, right? And if you wanna do it, the fastest, again, one of my students did 5 properties in his first 30 days with us, make 15K a month or more, and retire on the beach of Florida after that. Boom, he got it all done in 1 month. It is incredible, right? You can do that, or you can just do 1 a month. 5 months later, you can still hit the same goal. You know, nobody's gonna judge you, right? So, but a good pace is about 2 properties a month. You can hit 10 to 15K within 3 months. You can hit 20 to 30K within 6 months. Boom, right? How many here? What would you do when you make 20 to 30K a month in passive income? Drop down in the chat. What would you do? You, your family, business, church, nonprofit, whatever it is, right? So that's the formula. Take a picture of that. Okay. All right. So what is the formula for co-hosting? Okay, co-hosting is very similar to managing somebody else's property. So if you don't have the 10, 15K to rent the property and buy the furniture and all of that, you can just partner up with people who already have the property. A lot of Airbnb, short-term landlord are frustrated and burnt out. You come in as a breath of fresh air and say, hey, I have corporate connection, corporate clients, let's partner up. Boom. You don't, and split the profit. You don't even need anything to get started, no initial expenses, right? You can either buy the furniture or you can even rent the furniture. The landlord will pay for this. Remember, the landlord will pay for this, right? You can charge people 2 times the rent, plus or minus utilities, okay? If you question it, you don't have to put any money in and you make money from it, what kind of return on investment is that? That's infinite return, right? Infinite return, you see? So for these co-hosting management strategy, you make about $700 to $1,600 a month per property on average, right? So you have 5 property, you make $3,500 to $8,000 a month. You have 10 property, make $7,000, $16,000 a month right there. Boom. You see? So infinite return. How many want to get infinite return? Right? That's cha-ching. Yeah. That's awesome, right? So that's what you do with co-hosting without any risk. No risk, because you're not putting any money down, You simply just seeing if people want to partner up with you, you can manage their property or partner up, and you give them corporate clients using our technologies, using our connections. You get corporate clients, best practices, you see? Boom. So take a picture of this too, share this, like this everywhere. I love, it took me a long time to figure this all out, but my mission is not for myself anymore because I retired when I was 33, 7 years ago. Retired my mom, my dad, my grandma, bought them a big dream home, and my wife too. And, after traveling the world for a couple of years, I was like, what's the purpose of my life? So God really, really revealed for me the purpose of my life is not for my family anymore. It's about helping other people to get financial freedom. So my mission in life is to help 1 million families get financial freedom. 1 million families get financial freedom. I'm talking about families because I want to break the generational curse and build generational wealth. Who in here want to be one of those families, right? That's why I'm here. So share this, guys, as many as much as possible. I want more and more people to know about this as much as possible, okay? All right, so the FAST method is the 4-step proprietary system that I've come up with for our community that you can start and scale a business very, very quickly. And you can use other people's property, leverage other people's property. So F is find the right location. A is to ask to sublease. S is set up to stand out. And T is to tap into the corporate clients, right? That's it, 4-step, okay? All right, so find the right location. Most people, because what is the number one thing in real estate? Location, 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 right? Most people will tell you you need to do a ton of research. You got to have a ton of software to find the right location. But what if I can tell you there's a proprietary system that allow you to find the right location within minutes? Wouldn't you want to know about that, right? So that system is called the 3 H's: highways, hospitals, and hotels. That's it. Why? Because when 2 highways intersect, right, like this, 2 highways intersect, you have 4 pieces of pie where attention flow, money flow, right? Attention flow, money flow, okay? So the government that build all this infrastructure cost them trillions of dollars, literally trillions of dollars, right? So all the people who want to go anywhere gotta drive through this system, gotta drive through these highways. Boom. When you have two highway intersect, you're gonna find hospitals and hotels around. Why? Because these big companies, they are smart, right? That's why they're $1 billion company. They know where attention is. Attention is the new currency. Write that down. Attention is the new currency, right? What's the first thing you gotta do when talking to somebody? It's not about talking about what you got, it's about getting their attention first, you see? So anyway, hospital, hotel. These big $1 billion company drop $10 million to $100 million into a property. Don't you think they have done their research? Exactly, they have done their research, right? So why do you and I need to do more research when these $1 billion company already done their research, you see? So the key here is follow the wells, you're gonna succeed. Write that down too. Follow the wells, you're gonna succeed, you see? Boom. And that's how you do it, right? And my team dropped out these gems in the chat so people can learn and read and get into their mind. So follow the wells, you can succeed. Okay, the second thing, wait, first of all, who in here didn't know about this? Right? Location, I tell you, you can change anything around the house except the location, right? So that's why knowing this is the most key. It took me a long time to figure this out, but there you go, for free. Sounds good, right? This will give you at least 80% chance of success, right? We have other secrets, 3 more edges that we share only for our clients, our students, that will give you like 99% chance of success, right? So that's what I'm talking about. Love it. Okay, ask to sublease. Pitch your landlords on your own. Most people will tell you pitch your landlord on your own, or that is very hard, right? I mean, how many people have been pitched? Hey, you want to Airbnb your property? Hey, landlord, you want to Airbnb your property? Like, why would they do that when they can just list on Airbnb themselves? We're not in the Airbnb business. We're in the corporate housing business. Remember that. Corporate housing, insurance housing, okay? We're not in a one-man, one-woman show. We have a network with us. Question. If you're gonna go to war by yourself without an army, what are your chances of succeed? Exactly, 0, right? If you're gonna go to play any kind of team sport, football, basketball, by yourself, even if you have Michael Jordan, if you are Michael Jordan, are you gonna win that game playing by yourself? No. And yet the biggest mistake I see with entrepreneurs is they think it's a one-man, one-woman show, one person conquer the world. That is the quickest way for you to die, okay? So what we offer, if you don't have the team, if you don't have an army, you don't have to build one from scratch like we did. It took us like 10 years to do. You can literally leverage the army, the team that we already built, we already have, and boom, you get result right away. Make sense? So within our network, it's all about experience. When you ask the landlord to sublease their property, the first thing they're gonna ask you is what? How many of these have you done? All right, what's your track record? If you don't have a track record, you're gonna say, oh, it's my first one. What are your chances of succeeding if it's your first one and you tell them that? 0, right? So that's the big key, how we have helped brand new people, newbie in this business to go make 6-figure within 6 months, is they can leverage our track record. They can leverage our network, our team. So they can say like, we have helped hundreds of people, have done hundreds of properties combined with a lot of different partners nationwide. So here's our network and here's what we can do for you, right? So check this out. Here's our network, here's our website. These are my students that we have helped to get professional properties nationwide. You see, we're in almost every major state, every major city, right? Each one of these are their own company, their own website that start from scratch, just like you. Right? Like this gentleman is the one that did 5 properties in his first month and retire on the beach. in a couple months, right? So that's what I'm talking about, you see? So when you know how to leverage this, let's say right here, nationwide corporate housing network, hundreds of properties, 100 direct partners, combined 20 years experience, boom, you have a track record. You guys get it? Right away, you see? So that is the biggest secret on how you can land the landlord to say yes for you to allow to sublease their property or partner with their property. You guys getting it? Big time, right? Cool. So that's what I'm talking about. Okay, let's go back to our slides here. Okay, so yeah, focus, guys. We're almost to the end here. Okay, so that's as to sublease, and then as to set up to stand out. How do you stand out in this saturated Airbnb world, right? You got to set up to stand out, okay? Which is what we've been talking about. Those are the things that will help you stand out, right? All the stuff that I just talked about. And then how do you tap into the corporate clients, okay? Most coaches only do Airbnb or VRBO and all that. We, not just vacation rental, we get direct booking from corporate clients. So we actually use the collective intelligence of hundreds of members over the past 20 years combined experience, test everything under the sun in the corporate housing world to give you guys the best sources, the best proven sources system company that will give you the clients on a regular basis, right? That is what we do. That is probably one of the biggest way for you to leverage us to get to your dreams, your goal, 100 times faster, right? Instead of go out there and call all these companies yourself, which you can do. I tell everybody, you can do this yourself. Yeah, of course, anybody can do it themselves. It's gonna take you 10 times longer. It's gonna cost you 10 times more in the long run. And it's gonna cost you 10 times more, especially opportunity cost that you'll be losing if you don't do this, right? With us, okay? Or you can just leverage what we have and boom, you get there 10 times faster, 10 times easier, 10 times less risk. You know, you're gonna pay either way, whichever way you wanna do. You wanna pay through your own trial and error mistakes and cost you, 5 to 10 years like we did, you can, or you can just pull money time forward, get the best way to do it, the whole army behind you and the whole team behind you, and boom, you get to your goal within months, right? So there you go. That's the fast method. Sounds good? Yeah. Easy to remember, right? 4 easy steps for you to do this business. Okay, book a free consultation call if you haven't already. I see there's only a couple slots left on my calendar. Again, I give about 5 slots a week, 1 hour each to 5 lucky winners. All you gotta do is apply. The link is in the chat. If you don't win my 1 hour, you can also get my advisor that will be reaching out to you and help you get started, okay? There you go. How to do co-hosting. How many want zero money down strategy, right? Zero money down strategy that can make you 6 figures within 6 months. It's called co-hosting or partnering up with other people. So you got to understand the profit first. Let's say you rent a home, the vacant rent is $3,000. You can sublease for $6,000. 20% of it go to you, $1,200. Minus utilities, minus vacancy, total net rent to the owner is $3,700. You have an extra cash flow of $700. So most long-term landlords only make about 10% of traditional rent. Remember that. So they only make about $300. Now this, you have to make $1,000. They're gonna love you because you have triple their profit. You see, triple the cash flow. When you triple the cash flow, boom, you get it? Who in here doesn't want to get triple the cash flow? Why? Because we are solving the biggest landlord frustration and issue is that tenants can squat at their property, they don't pay. So eviction, how many ever do eviction, right? It's the worst thing you can do. ton of time, money, energy. With us, guess how many evictions we have for the past 10 years doing this with corporate clients? If you get zero, you're correct, right? It's zero. Okay, not just me, but my community of hundreds of members. Why? Because corporate clients, they have a lot to lose. They're not just gonna not pay, you know. Their company is worth at least 10 million to $1 billion, right? They're not gonna do stupid stuff like not paying rent. You see? So that's why it works. And then also maintenance of the properties. Usually with regular mom and pop, they don't have a profit, so they gotta pay for the maintenance. They gotta pay out of pocket, or they gotta go out there and fix the toilet themselves, which nobody wanna do that, right? But check this out. When we manage, we are getting a lot of profit, so therefore we can hire professionals to do the maintenance. You see? So boom, we're solving their issues right there. Is tripling their profit and taking care of the maintenance. How do you pitch the landlord with co-hosting? How would you like to double or even triple your cash flow while I do all the work, right? You only need a couple of landlords to say yes to achieve financial freedom. Remember that, guys. If your goal is 10K a month, you only need 5 properties. With those 5 properties, you can get all from like 2 or 3 landlords. That's it. Is that? Same thing with 20K or 30K a month. You need a few more landlords. That's it. Because after you become the best tenants, they can have more properties for you. Okay. One of the landlord we have over 10 properties with over the years, right? And now we're getting like off-market deals. Before they even list the property for rent, they're gonna text me first and say, hey, you want this or not? I get first dip, you see? So after the first few landlord, everything will come from referral if you do it right, like we teach, okay? And then you just manage and scale. Your job is to scale. That's the number one job of the founder, CEO. It's not to do the daily operation, do some of it, but to scale. So, all right, what is the arbitrage for financial freedom formula? Month 1, just do 1 property, make 2K a month. Now you in California and New York can make up to like 4 or 5K a month, right? This is average. Month 2, you do 2 property, now you get 6K a month. Month 3, you do 2 more, now you get 10K a month. By month 6, you should have 11 property, make you 20-something thousand a month. Boom. By month 12, you should have 20-something property, make you 40K, 60K a month. That's more than most surgeons make. Did you know how long it took for me to make 10K a month? Did you know I went to college for 8 years, got my doctorate, got my MBA, 400K into tuition to make 10K a month? That's it. Okay. I was like, what the heck? And then taxes. I had to pay when I get my paycheck. Instead of 10K, I only get like 7K because I got to pay a bunch of taxes. Well, with this business, we got a bunch of tax write-off because real estate is the most amount of tax write-off. Disclaimer, I'm not financial legal advice. I'm not financial legal accountant. Okay, so this is what we experience. Believe it or not, it's up to you. But right, you guys know, in any job, anything to make 10K a month, either you got to go to school, get your master, doctor, or you got to work at that job for like 10 years to hit 10K. You know, this you can do it within 3 months, guys. It doesn't take you 10 years like we did, right? Or you can do it in 1 month. A lot of students do it 1 month. Sounds good? Now, if that's not enough, do 2 more a month for 3 months. By 6 months, you have 20-something thousand a month. Passive income, by the way, passive income. You can retire from that. Make sense? How many can retire, travel the world with 20-something thousand a month, 40,000 a month, right? That's everybody, pretty much, right? And more importantly, I would rather have this versus a surgeon job that pay like 40, 50K a month. Why? Because what happened if something happened to that surgeon? You know, something happened, knock on wood, right? That's the number one fear when I was a doctor is, hey, what if something happened, I lose my license? What if something happened, I lose my job? There goes all my income. because you only have one source of income. What is the holy grail to financial freedom, guys? Write this down. The holy grail to financial freedom is not your job, it's not your business, it's not your degree, it's not your house, it's multiple sources of income backed up by real estate. Multiple sources of income backed up by real estate. Why? Because you make money in your sleep. And imagine you have 10 property, 20 property, you have 10 or 20 different sources of income. If one of the property, one source of income burned down, so what? Right? You have 9 other ones make you money. You know? Who cares, right? That's the power of multiple sources of income. And with this strategy, you can get multiple sources of income like this fast, every single month. 2 properties a month, 2 properties a month, like this. You get it? It's amazing. Co-hosting, you make about half the profit, but there's no risk. So instead of 2K, you make about 1K, okay? Now, if you're in, like, again, bigger state, California, you can make like 2K a month instead of 1K. So don't look down on the 1K or 2K a month, guys, because my billionaire mentor who became billionaire in his 30s, another one, I have several of them, he said, if you don't have recurring income, passive income in your business, you don't have a business, you have a job. Okay? He's so right? So when you build, the good thing about, even if you make $1,000 a month on this one deal, it's coming in every single month, right? So some properties we make money out of for 10 years straight now that we don't even own. You see, every single month, it's like clockwork. I'd rather have that than do a fix and flip, stress out for 6 months, make 50K, or lose 50K, by the way, because, you know, fix and flip is a lot of risk, right? Rehab is a lot of risk, you know, have a lot of gray hair, never see my family. Versus here, you have 10 property, make you 10, 20K a month, boom, you just travel the world, do whatever you want to do. You see? That's freedom, guys, and there's no price tag on that. How much your freedom worth, guys? Put it down. How much your freedom worth? Mine is priceless, right? To retire my grandma, my mom, my dad, you know, have the maid take care of them. My wife, see the looks in my wife's eyes when we travel the world together. Went to just like 6 months ago, went to Santorini, Greece, Paris for the opening of the Olympics. That's only happened once 100 years. That was an incredible experience. I would trade up anything. Santorini, Greece, we have a double a suite resort overlooking the most majestical place on earth, right? And then we just got back from Costa Rica, Tulum. Amazing. We seen in Tulum, we seen the moon rise instead of the sunrise. We seen the moon, the red moon rise at night. It's incredible. Okay. Costa Rica, we see the rainforest with the birds, you know, with all these like thousands of creatures. Every morning we wake up in paradise. It's like the Garden of Eden. It's the best way to describe it, Garden of Eden. I mean, would I trade that for any money around the world? No, right? I have those memories, those photos, videos for the rest of our life that we can show our kids or grandkids. That's legacy. That's freedom. That's, you know, that's true freedom, right? So anyway, who in here want that dream and all of these things, right? All you gotta do, the next step is book a free call with us. It's completely free, no string attached, and yeah, do it while it lasts, okay? While I can still offering this to my audience, because I have a lot of followers, and I don't know how long I can keep on giving free consultation like this. But for right now, take advantage of it, okay? So book that free call, the link is in the chat, and I literally set aside that whole hour for you. So make sure all you ask for is being coachable, transparent, be on a laptop, no distraction. You have a spouse, you have a business partner, make sure you bring them on as well, so we'll be on the same page. And that's it, you know? Sounds good? Okay. All right, why us? We are the oldest coaching community for midterm rental, corporate housing. Before I went viral on social media, nobody know about this whole industry. Everybody's talking about Airbnb, vacation rental, all of that, you know. Whereas I'm over here saying, don't do vacation rental, okay? Do corporate housing, you know, do midterm, do insurance housing. Why? Because it's so much easier, so much better, so much faster, so much less stress, right? So much more freedom. We are the oldest coaching community. Before me, the whole industry didn't even exist, right? That's how far back we went, okay? Because of I went viral on social media and all of that, that's when the whole industry of midterm was born, you see? Our advisors are graduate from the mentorship, coaches, advisor, all graduate from our mentorship. We were one of the largest corporate housing nationwide networks in America. BeyondCHN.com, you can look us up. There you go. You see we have partners in all major states and every major city, pretty much. Hundreds of different partners. Okay. All right, what does it look like to work with us? Number one, you gotta get rid of any fear or limiting belief. Okay. My billionaire mentor Tony Robbins said 80% of your success is all mindset. 20% is your strategy, the tactic, the know-how. Okay. And yet most people focus on the wrong thing, which is the tactic, the strategy, and they're not focusing on the mindset. So number one is you gotta get rid of any fears or limiting belief that are holding you back from your success. Okay. The second step is to help you do the fast method. You can start your business. Step 3, we have weekly mentorship session, like much smaller than this. I just finished one, seriously a handful of my students on there, and we go over every single thing, every single deal or no deal, every single question. We leave no stone unturned. We have, how would you like to be mentored every single week? Like that by me, and also have access to hundreds of my other students that are doing the same thing as you are nationwide, so you get the best practices, right? Exactly. You see what I'm saying? And that's step 4 is scale. It's all about scaling. Okay.
I'm officially leaving my pharmacist career, the job, next month. I'm gonna be drafting my resignation letter. Well, I have other business endeavor as well. So in addition to that, I'm gonna focus on that and then the corporate housing.
That is awesome. How much are you making now?
About on average $20,000. Last month was my biggest month. Of course, I grossed $50,000.
Wow.
First time.
How long did it take you to get there?
9 months now.
How long did it take you to be a pharmacist?
Forever.
I actually got 2 appointments on Tuesday for 2 houses.
Nice.
And I made a personal goal to at least get 8 houses before the end of the year. And I'm going to do everything I can to beat that number.
That's $20K a month, baby. Let's go.
We started 5 months ago, and since then, an average of 1 every month. I'm at 6 right now. Just talked to another landlord last night. Looks like we'll probably sign number 7 here next week. It's exciting.
All right. How much are we making with this?
About $12,000 a month.
$12,000 a month. Yeah. It's so peaceful, man. Look at this guy. He's glowing. He's glowing. He got money all over his face, man.
I've been doing about 1 a month, but I think in the next 12 months, I want to do 20 in the next 12 months.
I'm
a realtor in San Antonio. Life before was good, but life now is great. I started in mid-May or something like that. Got my property in June. Took about 2 weeks, furnished it, launched it. Less than 24 hours after that, I got a booking, and I've been 100% booked ever since.
Let's go. And how much profit are you making on that property per month?
I net about $3K a month from that property.
Yeah, you're not really doing much of anything, right?
Yeah, I'm not doing nothing. The network you provide, man, the tools you provide, people we're around, you teach us so much knowledge, man.
I met Dr. Chau at one of the Tony Robbins events, and he told me about this business, so I decided to take action right away. My wife really loved this idea. It took me about a couple of weeks. I got the place fixed up. It It looked good. The first house, I average about $7,000 profit.
A month, by the way.
A month. I really like the program. Everything is good. I'm working on my second property. It's just that because I've been doing it for 3 months. So if I would have had 3 houses, I probably would have had another 50K or something in my pocket. It's good money, easy money. You'll be in some beach somewhere and just, getting paid. So that's cool.
I am a student with Dr. Chau's mentorship. We finally got our rentals, our arbitrage, so everything's going good. We got our bookings. And yesterday we joined the elite. Honestly, with this, we get to know everything Dr. Chau knows. We get to be personal friends with him. It's so much like education because the value, it's way more than what he says. And in my opinion, it's the greatest thing that he's gonna do for everyone in this room. Thank you, Dr. Chau.
And how old are you?
I'm 15.
Let's go. Nice. So guys, if a teenager, a single mom, and a truck driver can make 6-figure income, you can as well, okay? So there you go. So that's what I'm talking about. That's what I love to do, is to help people break through, right? Help people break through their limiting belief. Because if these people, without any experience, can do this, why not you, right? And why not now, right? So let's make it happen. And I love that part when he said, living on the beach. That's awesome, because exactly that's where I'm at right now. I'm living literally on the beach. Travel on the beaches of the world. Okay, so get some questions in. Okay, any questions? Let me know right away. Okay, and I want to share with you a little bit of the view. Right, it's all about the view, baby. So let me see if I can do this. There you go, living on the beach of the world. The beaches of the world, right? This has been my view the whole time. It's amazing, huh? Absolutely awesome. So you guys can get here as well, guys. Okay? Anybody can do it. If an immigrant boy like me with no English, no connection, can do this, you can definitely do this as well, right? All the people that you saw in the video, all of them were really like no experience, right? And if they can do this, why not you? Why not now? Okay? So I challenge you, if this is what you want, this is the life that you want, I challenge you to take the next step, which is book a call with us. That's all you gotta do for me to help you, for us to help you, right? So the link's in the chat, book that call. I would love to help you every step of the way. Right? Sounds good? All right, I'm gonna get back to it. You guys like the view? You can see like this is actually Malibu, right across over there. So it's definitely one of the most expensive beaches to live in, actually. But anyway, okay, let's get back to it. Questions? Any questions, put down the chat. If you have a location, a market you want me to look at, put down the chat. Okay. No market? All right. While the other people or questions flowing in, I'm gonna show you guys one more quick video. Okay. Then we'll be done. So make sure get your chance to success. Ask your question now. Also, if you want to learn more about these, we have hundreds of testimonials nationwide. So my team popped this link in the chat for the testimonials, and you will see how you can do this as well. There you go.
I want to introduce somebody very special, amazing, awesome student who's working 50 hours a week with 2 little kids. It's really blown my mind how working moms can also build a side business that within months able to make 6-figure income. Now she have 20 properties, 20 corporate housing, generating more than doctors make. And also travel. She travel, take vacation almost every single month. I'm just so happy and grateful to have her here. It's Coach Ann.
Hi guys, I'm Ann. To be correct, I'm actually having 21 properties. It wasn't that I'm taking vacation every month, but actually every week. I won't be able to do all that without doing the corporate housings.
I've been following Dr. Chau for a long time on Instagram because for me, I'm thinking if I'm going to invest, I want to make sure that I invest wisely because I worked hard for my money, right? And so I've been following Dr. Chau for a long time. Our life has just been so much easier with corporate housing. With our one house for the last months, we've spent honestly the entire time 5 hours within these last 5 months. So an hour a month, guys, honestly.
What I like is the access, having access to Dr. Chau, the coach. I got his phone number. I can call him for anything. You gotta make time or get on their schedule, but Dr. Chau is ready to answer my call if I need it. I haven't yet, but I have faith and know that he will pick up. So that's a big bonus. I tested him. When I say test him, I test his character, and that's what I like about Dr. Chau. He's a real guy. That's why I appreciate Dr. Chau and the program. So
it has been a learning experience for us because it's a whole new business. We also come from corporate America, college and real estate. All of that was completely new for us. I had a hard time with making the phone calls, but you guys said, it's just important to just go for it and make the calls. And we did. We jumped on it, started making phone calls. And after that, it really only took 2 or 3 phone calls. We got our first property in September. We went to go meet the property owner, and he's like an investor. And when he met us right away, we introduced ourselves, met him in person, shook his hand. Felt like we were family. He never did a background check on us, credit check, nothing. He signed the lease that night. Definitely a blessing. And then we had our house listed within 2 weeks after that. He actually referred us to an investor friend. So our second property that we got, they offered it to us. We listed it on a Wednesday, and by Friday we had 3 inquiries, and it's booked for 3 months now. This house that we got now, we rented for $1,895, I think. With the insurance, we're charging $4,200 per month.
We have faith in this program, and we're happy with the coaches. Been really great to us. We're excited to get our 3rd and 4th property by the end of the year, hopefully. Let's go.
Within the first month of joining the program, we had a baby. The next month, we onboarded 3 houses. What is your excuse? Let's get on board.
So last year, Kathy went to our event like this, just sitting in your seat. She had 1 property where she was struggling with short-term rental, blah, blah, blah. And now fast forward, we're a year now. How many properties you have now? 6. On average, $2K a month for properties. You're making 6-figure income, man, in 1 year.
Right now I have 3 properties.
Awesome. And how much you make average per property per month?
About 3 to 3.5 per property.
It's $3,000 to $3,500 per property. So, man, you're killing it. And those 3 properties making you almost $10K a month.
I started my program last September. I started with nothing, had just enough money to get 1 house. Now I'm at 9 houses. I took 5 houses last October. My gross annual right now per month is about $65,000 a month.
This is one of the best masterminds I've been to. I formed a lot of great relationships, partnerships, just from this one weekend. Better concepts of how to do this business, what to say, how to do it, who to do it with, who not to do it with.
Thank you, Dr. Chau. Thank you for this event. I felt truly at home. My heart is in peace. I trust. I felt understood. I felt cared for from really all of you. And I think this is my community from now on.
I also want to just express gratitude to Dr. Chau, the coaches, the team. Putting on this live event was just life-changing for me. On behalf of my family, I know it's going to do well for us. I'm so excited for the future. Thank you.
There was a point in your life, I am sure, Dr. Chau, that I don't know if you envisioned or where this whole idea came from, but you're absolutely a trailblazer.
been a pioneer, and it must have taken a whole lot of chutzpah, a lot of courage, a lot of determination, stamina, energy, brilliance. I'm just deeply grateful that you shared it with a lot of us.
I would be remiss if I didn't offer my gratitude to Dr. Chau and the entire team, actually. It's one thing to hear this through webcasts and through Zoom calls, but to see and be in person and feel the love, the gratitude, the passion is a totally different experience. And I really appreciate it and so happy that I've chosen to come and join at this level.
I've never been to a mastermind that's business oriented, included a spiritual component in it. So that was just a really refreshing. I go to 10X events all the time. I don't think I've skipped one yet in terms of the business summit, but I don't think I'm gonna skip one event here.
Yes.
Awesome, awesome. Give them a hand, guys. Give yourself a hand for being here this long. I appreciate you guys. All right, let's see if there are any last questions. If not, we're gonna end this. All right, how are the people getting the houses? They need to be clearer in the presentation of the houses. Okay, so we talk about it this whole time. The fourth step, find the right location, right? A is to ask to sublease, S to set up to stand out, and then T to tap into the corporate clients. So we have a whole class on how to ask a landlord and all of that as well. So that will be in a couple of weeks, I believe. Or if you want to learn more, just book a call with us, and I will answer more detailed questions personally for you. A subscription for property management and booking software. So we have a lot of connections, sources that will get you to corporate clients. Okay, we're not selling the software, and that we have a lot of best practices, a lot of strategies of not just me but hundreds of my students nationwide, right? So we have everything that you need to get this business going, like six figure within 6 months. Okay, so there's just a lot of things that we can talk about. But for now, we're running out of time. So what we're gonna do at the end is on the pick state is everybody put their fists in, okay? And like a football team, right? Or any kind of team, we're gonna count down from 10 to 1, and then we're gonna celebrate as if you already achieved your wildest dream. I want you to celebrate for your family, for your life. Celebration is the most important, okay? So there you go. Book the consultation and we go from there, okay? All right, so count out with me, guys. Unmute yourself, count out with me. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Freedom! Yes, 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 yes. Thank you for being here, guys. Fight for your freedom. Freedom is not free. Fight for your freedom, okay? Freedom is priceless. For those who booked the call, I see you on the call. If you, if you qualify, if not, my advisor will talk with you. Give you some time for free. All right, take care, guys. God bless. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.